like to give a special nail addict shout out to Sheena Bell, Sammy the Goat, Evelyn Oyola, Rochelle Howard for being the first 4 to comment on the last video. Thank you so much. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. If you've joined the video, go ahead and hit a like before we even get started, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell so you don't miss any of these sets. So today I'm doing my oldest daughter's nails, and they are looking busted because she refuses to let me take them off properly most times. So yeah, she'll pop them off. This is a case I want to show I got off of Amazon. It's like a cuticle kit, so it has like different nail files. I love those scissors, cuticle nippers, all kinds of like utensils used for like manicures and pedicures. Really liked this because it had that rainbow effect, and most all of my tools like that are rainbow effect. My dust brush, all of that. So I just wanted my aesthetic to stay the same, and I thought that was a perfect kit. But again, we're going to be doing her nails today, and I'm doing the gel X method on her, one of our favorite methods. So lately with my daughter, we've been liking gel X or lazy curl. I tried that on her once and she fell in love. So it's either gel X or lazy girl method that we do now, and we kind of stick to because it is really quick, really easy. And yeah, for her, it's easy for her to pop off, which I wish she would stop because I don't want her to hurt herself real bad one day, but maybe she'll listen eventually, and hopefully it doesn't happen when like one of her nails, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm just taking one of the tools, and this is not necessarily a cuticle pusher, but it can be used as one. And so I'm using it to just lightly push back her cuticles before going in with further prep. So the first thing I'm doing is going in with my e-file and applying grit sanding band and going around the cuticle to remove dead skin, but also just roughing up the surface of her natural nail so that the nail tips adhere really well. So again, we do these methods all the time, the 2 of them, and they work really well. They last 2+ weeks, again, till she's ready to take them off and refresh them. But definitely a go-to for us. A lot of my family members that didn't know anything about gel X, it is a go-to now because it's just so easy, and you can still get like acrylic looking nails with just a full cover tip, and it's really just very easy and quick. And then I'm going in with my Macart dehydrator just to dehydrate the nails. And this stuff is important, guys, because it removes any extra oils that may be in your nail bed. And that also helps for it to be very dry so that the nail tips and everything adhere really well. And then I'm going in with 2 coats of the Young Nails Protein Bond. And they say like you want to scrub it in, and that's kind of what I'm doing here, but not really, because I ain't trying to mess up my bristles. And like in the past, I never like scrubbed it in like how I see them doing it now. But I was like, I'll give it a try. I mean, it didn't make a difference because again, we always have great adherence because we always prep very well, and that is key to long-lasting nails is your prep. So always make sure that you're prepping very, very well. So I'm going in with the Salon 6-in-1 nail glue, which is like a fave of mine. It works very, very well. Highly recommend it. If you've never tried it, definitely give it a try. It works perfect with the Gel X method, and it's pretty strong hold. It has a strong hold. I also showed some nail tips from NailHoliday that I'm going to be using on her today. They are square, and I have like 2 or 3 different squares, so I'm not sure if it was the famous square. Oh, it was. I believe it is the famous square from NailHoliday that I'm using today. So to use this gel, I put a little on her actual nail bed, and then I put some in the nail well as well. And I'm going to go ahead and fuse the two together, make sure the gel goes from cuticle to free edge, and then flash cure it with my little lamp here for about 10 seconds. And I just repeat that over all of the nails. Also, these nail tips that I'm using are already pre-etched, so I don't have to do that. Another very important tip is if your nail tip is not pre-etched, you want to make sure you're taking your e-file or hand file and pre-etching where your natural nail bed will be so that it adheres better. Without that shine underneath that nail tip, it just makes for a better hold. And yeah, so that's an important part as well. And again, I'm just repeating the same thing again. So I'm going to show you again. You just apply just a little bit of gel to your fingertip. So I'm applying it to your fingertip, and I'm going to leave it there. Very thin layer. Then I'm going into the actual nail tip itself and placing enough gel so that when I apply this to her finger, you're going to see that flow from cuticle to free edge very, very nicely. See that? And then I'm going to flash cure. Now, once I get all 5 of the nails, well, 10, because I did her other hand off camera, or each hand actually. So once I get all 5 of the nails on this hand on completely, I then have her put her hand in the lamp for a full 30-second cure. Then I'm going in with my e-file and the sanding band and just going around the cuticle to make that a little bit more flush and like remove any of the gel that may have spilled out. I did have a bubble there on her ring, and you don't want any bubbles when you're curing, but we decided to keep it just because we've done it before where we had like minimal bubbles, and again, we still do such great prep where they do last. So you don't want bubbles. I would advise you to start over, but she decided to just keep them. Then I'm taking my mini buffer and I'm just buffing off the shine on the nails so that we can go in with any nail art. And to me, this also makes for better like adherence of the products. I do believe off camera I went around her cuticle with my e-file as well to make that a bit more flush, because I normally do, especially for someone keeping them on. So even myself, if I plan on keeping on a nail set like for the week or whatever, I'll make sure that I do them exactly right, because this is also like a promotional way of promoting myself. So for instance, Friday I had muffins with moms with my kindergartner, and yeah, I got a new client because she loved my nails, and I cannot wait to show y'all the nails I got on. I think the right hand was super, super cute. The left hand is cute too, but I think the right hand like took the cake, and the length and everything was amazing. But we're gonna jump back into this nail set. So after the nails are applied and you have everything filed up correct, you do want to, of course, dust off or wipe off any excess dust. And now I'm going in with a base coat, a very thin layer, and I'm going to have her cure that for 30 seconds. So base coat 2 is pretty important when doing like your gel polish, because it also helps for great adherence with the product. But you want to make sure you're doing like thin layers. Don't try to make it too thick because you don't need much. And of course, y'all know I'm using Madam Glam because that's my #1 brand, and we are going in with Dreamer, which is also a #1 color, a #1 fave of mine. And we're going to just use this as a base on her nails, and we'll be painting all of her nails with this gorgeous nude shade. I'm going to do a coat on camera and then do the second coat off camera, curing for 30 seconds in between each of the coats. So my secret to applying gel polish to where like it doesn't get on the skin or anything is a lot of times I go down the center first, and sometimes okay, so like with this one the gel is kind of running out, but if I have like enough gel, I go in the center with a good amount. So I don't start right by the cuticle, but I put down enough to where I can kind of push it up towards the cuticle, and then I go on either side as well with that, just making very even fine strokes. And then of course, if I do make any kind of messes, I do like have these little Q-tip looking cleanup things that I use, and I just clean up around the sides with some alcohol. Always keep my alcohol handy so that I'm able to clean up anything that might have gotten on the skin. And this is what everything looks like with 2 coats. I love this shade. Y'all know that. Like, if ever like something happens and I just not doing YouTube or nails like that anymore, this is gonna be something I could just wear plain just like that. So again, we're sticking with my Madam Glam, my fave, and going in with Keep Palm, which is a beautiful like light shade of an olive green. And I'm going to be creating a very simple French tip nail style. Very, very simple. So for the the pinky, I'm doing just a regular French. So I use my line to represent where I want my French to end. And then I'm just going in with this nail art brush, which is my McCart nail art brush in a size 2. And I'm just making the actual smile line just how I want, filling in anything that I can with this particular brush, going in with the actual brush from the gel polish and finishing the tip. And then I'll have her cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds. Now, warning, I will say with Madam Glam gel polishes, you should definitely cure for 60 seconds. I do 30. I have a Cora Sky Beyond Pearl lamp, and I've had it now about 2 years, but it works amazing. So like for me, I feel like 30 seconds is good. So it kind of just depends on the wattage of your lamp and the strength of your lamp as well, that I would say you would need to cure for the full 60 seconds. But again, I highly recommend always stick with the 60 just to make sure you don't get any rippling. I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but we did get some rippling with hers, and that was just because a layer of the gel polish that I applied was a bit too thick, and that does cause rippling if not cured properly all the way through. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so much to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. It's so appreciated. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. I thank you so much for joining me on my nail journey. And if you've been subscribed to the channel, I love you guys so much. And I'm very thankful and grateful for you all. So, I'm going to keep going and jump right into the nail set. I feel like this nail was very cute. I saw this design on Pinterest. That's where I get most of my inspiration for this particular type of French. So I did a half French, and then I made a line off of the open end. And now I'm going in with the other side of this French. So it's an even French with just like a small opening and then two like longer lines in the middle. And I feel like this came out so pretty with this particular shade. This shade is a fave of mine. Since I've gotten into nails, I've been getting more into like different greens and blues, and this is at the top of my list as a favorite. So I'm going in and making sure everything is nice and straight, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill everything in with my nail art brush and the gel polish brush, and then cure that in my lamp for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the middle finger with that same like open French aspect. And these are so cute. Like she said, she got a lot of compliments at school. Obviously, people inquiring on when they can get their nails done. But this was like really nice for her. And we always keep it really simple with her because, well, I'm lying. No, we don't. We've done some nail art now, because at first when she used to get her nails done, she always used to want like really intricate things that I can draw out, because she does know that I can draw. So like almost every design was like hour-long designs, because we would, I would sit there and take my time and draw out whatever she wanted. And lately she's been keeping it really simple, and I appreciate that, because sometimes I do want simplicity, being that I try to keep up with my content. I have a couple of regular clients that I do as well, so it's like I try to even and balance myself out, and like the times when I do her nails, it's like times where I should kind of be relaxing. And so she takes that into consideration. I don't tell her she can't pick anything like extra and intricate. I just noticed that lately she's been keeping it very simple, and I am thankful. So on the index, I'm going in again with a regular French with this Keep Palm shade. Absolutely simple and easy to do Frenches. I normally do like the full T method, but me making that line across basically is the T method, because in my mind I know where the center line should be, and I just kind of go with the flow when making the smile line. But if you haven't tried the T method, it's so easy, and for me, since I've been using it, I always get really nice perfect Frenches, and I'm so proud of the growth I've had with Frenches, because before I used to struggle so bad, but now they come out so nice. The thumb will also be a typical French. So my girl April Shorty, commented on my last video and asked me if I had changed my upload days. And guys, I haven't. It's just I still haven't gotten everything together with me getting out my older videos and my voiceovers together. And so I'm trying to just get in where I fit in and get those videos out before spring is over. And I got all these spring sets that I'm going to be doing in summer. Some of the days I upload it a little different than I normally would, but I'm still trying to upload on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, hence why you got a video today. Now I'm going in with, I want to say this is my Madam Glam gold metallic, not metallic, but gold gel paint. And I'm going right in around the French with it, and I wanted to use something glittery here because I felt like I wanted to give the nails a bit of a pop, and it just gave it the extra nice pop that it needed. So I'm going around all of the French tips with this gold, and then I'm going to have her cure for 30 seconds. Then I'm going in with my rhinestone glue, and at the end of each of the long lines on the ring and middle finger, I'm going to place 2 rhinestones into that gel and cure that for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and top coat once I get the rhinestone glue applied so that I don't have to go back into this nail and like top coat at all. And again, I'm just placing 4 of the clear crystal rhinestones on each of the lines, and then I repeat this on my middle finger as well. If you heard a baby crying in the last clip, I apologize. That's my cousin. They're over. One of my aunts is getting her hair done, and he wants to be held, so he is hollering, but please excuse that. So now I'm just top coating over the rest of my nails. Off camera, I do apply cuticle oil to her hands, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here's the finished set. I love it. So like simple and sleek. Just really, really nice. I loved the shade. I loved the shape, the length. Just everything about these nails are like so beautiful. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this nail set. And if you've made it this far, please, I would love it if you would go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Remember to be the best you that you can be, and much love to you all.